Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? I'm going to show you a quick and easy leftover updo, and you can even start out from scratch like this. So right down here is our goulash that we had left, and I'm going to put salsa. This is Chi-Chi's thick and chunky. Is this the last one we was using?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. This is Chi-Chi's. But you use your favorite brand, or like I'm doing, whatever you got open in the refrigerator. Now what this does is shortcuts you right to...
You will need that little spatula.
Yeah, that'd be good. It's got all your ingredients in your salsa. So you can use any kind of salsa, but it's got a little bit, even though I don't care for them cooked, it's got some green peppers, it's got your onions, it's got flavor, and it's some tomato. So you can't really go wrong with a little bit of salsa. It's got all those ingredients and no work, no mess. You can add this to meatloaf. There's just so much you can do with salsa. Put that with some ground chuck. But tonight, it's going to turn this into beef and Mac Casserole. And I'm going to put cheese on top. Look at this. And I'm going to put Mama's Special Salt in here. We didn't have that the other night. This is not salt, it's salt substitute. But it's delicious. Okay? And I'm going to put a little black pepper. Oh, who am I kidding? I got to take that lid off. Just a little, nothing much. Stir that up. Now this is when you've had goulash or even meatloaf and you think, I want to do something a little different. We may not eat all this. This is quite a bit. But I'm going to have these little pans anyway. You go right in there with it. We won't do a leftover on this. So whatever we don't eat, we will give it to the fur babies. So, Mama, don't you worry about not eating all of it, because them fur babies will thank you.
They'll eat that hamburger made out of it.
They'll eat the noodles, too. They won't leave a drop. They ate, what was it they ate the other day? Something sauerkraut and something.
Oh, I can't remember.
And I thought, boy, they'll eat anything. That worked out just right, Mama.
Yeah.
I can smell that salsa in there. That's all we're going to do with that. I'm going to run some water in this because I don't want to have a dry, pasty bowl to clean. Come right down here. So this is just going to be two individual things. Like I said, the babies will love it. And I've got this on 400. And I want this, don't want it to burn, but I do want it to be...
Don't use a fork.
No. I want it to be brown and bubbly. Want that cheese.
You want the coffee left over here or not?
Yeah, leave the coffee and I'll pour me some because just
Finished up.
yeah, and I'm ready for an evening of supper, chatting, and coffee. And I'll drink a little water too. Mom, there's not much cheese left in here. Let's see if I can just divide it up here. That'll be one less partial bag of cheese. Now, if you want to use this for a small casserole dish, this kind, you could. Now, I'm going to do one more thing for looks and taste. This will be a two-parter. This is a little bit of smoked paprika. And that's going to bubble up. It's going to be so good. When we get through with this, if you hadn't been here from the beginning, you would never have known it used to be goulash. Now, it's beef and Mac Casserole. Let's get it in here. This oven is hot. Now, I don't think it's going to take long for this to go. I'm going to say 15 minutes and we'll be able to call it ready.
Our lights is kind of blinking
What's
again.
in there? Actually, it's going to be 16 minutes, but that's okay. I will wash this jar out. I won't even take the label off. And what I'll do is if I get something really smelly, I will put it in it, throw it away. Like onions, garlic, something you're going to put in your garbage. Sometimes, some kind of vegetable or something. I keep those jars in there just for that because I know we're going to have something before the week's out that will mess up the garbage cans, cause the house to, even the garage, to smell bad. And we don't like that. Do it, Mama.
No.
Alright, so we got 15 minutes to wait on supper. And I've done got everything cleaned up. Ooh, y'all are upstairs tonight. I've done got everything cleaned up, ready to rock and roll.
Ooh.
All I have to clean up next is those two little... Can y'all tell I've been outside?
You been out in that wind?
Well, it's a little windy, but I've been out there with them fur
It was windy
babies.
earlier and cold.
Them fur babies don't even know it's not too cold. It's 34.
I thought
That-
it was cold.
They don't know it's cold. I asked them. I said, "Are you cold?" No. They didn't act a bit cold. They come from the yard. They've been down there in that field.
They don't care.
I thought you told them to stay out of that field. They'd catch something down there.
They used to go where they want to.
I believe they took that as a challenge.
They go where they want to.
That's the truth. Them youngins. Good evening, John and Mama. You made me hungry. Oh, did I? Well, if you don't have any goulash, or you could fix goulash tonight and have this tomorrow night. But if you don't have any goulash, throw you some macaroni in the... If you've got a Tupperware noodle cooker, it'll be done in 8 minutes. And brown you up some hamburger meat, onions. Put your jar of salsa in there. Throw you some cheese on it. It's easy. We've been eating... Some people call it hamburger helper, but I think that's actually if you buy the box of stuff.
Yeah.
But what's in that box? I've never had it. Is it just noodles in there, and you put there's no hamburger in it?
Oh, you have to add hamburger.
So
back.
basically, you're buying a box of noodles and maybe a packet of powder.
I don't
What's
know.
in them boxes?
I don't know what's in them.
But we've always called it beef and mac. But recently, we have started calling it hamburger helper when we eat noodles in a casserole. So what are y'all up to? Thank y'all. We got a bunch of folks on here tonight. Thank y'all for joining us. It's a pleasure. We love seeing y'all, and we love getting on here and talking with y'all. It says, hello from historical Bath, North Carolina.
Ooh.
Never been to Bath, Judy. I'll have to put that on my search list, see what it's all about. Hi, Marilyn. How are you? Thea, how are you? It's 60 degrees in South Alabama.
Ooh.
That's a strange thing. The temperatures are... Our friend just left a while ago, and him and Mama, they always talk weather, and he was saying it's supposed to be 0.
Wind chill would be.
Wind chill, 10 degrees, 0 wind chill on Monday, and that's just about 30 miles from here. And we were like, what'd you say?
21.
21.
I don't know if ours may change.
And now you saying you in 60 degrees and we're in 33 in Alabama. South Alabama, though.
No, south. They're further
You're
down.
farther down. You're almost to Florida. Our whole next week is going to be mostly in the teens. Is that what you're saying, Rosalie? That's too cold for this time
We're
of
supposed to
year.
get down to 12 and 19 and stuff here.
Ooh, why?
Next week, different days. I don't know. It's winter yet. February's winter.
We had some better weather.
I thought it's supposed to be spring lights and stay that way.
They told us that there was a El Nino or Yulo or I don't know, something was coming through and it's going to warm up and it's going to stay that way.
It didn't. It ain't.
I tell you what it's going to do. It's going to do where the Lord sends, we'll just take it.
That's right.
After being outside, this coffee's really good.
I bet it is.
Who am I kidding? This coffee's always good. This is y'all's coffee. Y'all brands, go get you some. Valentine's is tomorrow. Yes, Karen, it is. Is it better if it's cold on Valentine's so you can build a fire? Good evening, Nola. Hey, Kathy. Hi, John and Mama. Hey, Jenny. Angela, I've seen you on here before. Hello from how do you say that? Is it Tucson? Hi from Lula, Georgia. Hey, Kathy.
Oh.
Chicken salad. Now, Tammy, I'm ready for chicken salad.
Yeah.
We had chicken salad about a month ago, was it, Mama?
I guess.
About a month ago.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute. But I'm ready for the real chicken salad season. You know, Easter, that kind of time. Hey, John and Mama. Hey, Dan. How are you? Hey, Lori Bledsoe. How are you?
I was thinking about pimento cheese on toast and tomatoes. I thought, I'd like to have some of that.
Hi from Lake of the Ozark, Missouri.
Ooh.
Hey, Glenna, what did you just say? Toast and cheese?
Pimento cheese on toast with sliced tomatoes.
Oh, that's the best. But you know what? Them tomatoes, they make half the sandwich. Even though the pimento cheese is delicious, if that tomato ain't just right, ain't just right. I absolutely love being invited into your beautiful kitchen. Oh, well, thank you. Cindy, you're welcome here. Cindy and Angela Daniel. Cindy, Angela Daniel. Anytime. And that's what we want. We want you to come on in, have a seat, and enjoy a little few minutes. Taking my mom to eat with us tomorrow. She is 98. Well, Gail,
bless her heart.
you tell her I said Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Hey, John and Mama. Cold and rainy in Las Vegas.
Wow.
Mark, you all ain't supposed to have that. You're supposed to be dry and beautiful. When we was in Las Vegas, it was hot. They kept telling me it's a dry heat. And I said, it's a heat. It's a hot heat. Yeah, but it's a dry heat. And I said,
It don't bother you breathing as bad as here.
It's hot. I had a picture of me standing under a big thermometer out there somewhere. I don't remember where it was.
I ain't seen that picture in a long time.
We'll be having mac and cheese stuffed meatloaf
Ooh.
for our family night at church. Now, I do like mac and cheese, and I have tasted, I never made it, but I have tasted of, and it may not have been macaroni and cheese. I'm trying to think, was it just cheese? I had a meatloaf with cheese in it, but I'm trying to remember, was it macaroni and cheese? I believe it was just cheese. Been a while. You let us know how that works out, Tony. I bet it tastes good. Love seeing y'all every day. Well, thank you, Betty, and we're here every day. I get tickled. Sometimes people say, where y'all been? I say, same place, same time. We're always right here, Lord willing. It's sometimes if you don't do any of you can do the free stuff over here. You don't have to do anything complicated. The hearts and the thumbs up, those will get you on the algorithm. And that'll get you to see us every day. It pushes it out to you. But sometimes they just hold it back or something. I don't know. I ain't smart enough to know all the ins and outs of the techno-savvy world. Hello, John and Mama. From Illinois, going to be one above here tonight.
Oh.
Joseph, that's cold. I'm scrapping about 33.
One above in Illinois.
That's cold. Is that 33 or 23, Mama? It's 33.
Yeah. It's 34 earlier.
I can't see from this distance. It does just have noodles in the And the
She
sauce
don't let them
powder. Love y'all from Blunt County, Tennessee. Janie says it does just have noodles. My two hounds have my sunroom and a little sloppy from the rain in North Georgia. Oh, yeah. We had our hounds in back when it was so cold. They are hounds, Mom. And
Helen Oliver.
it had muddy little footprints, even though I told them to wipe their feet.
That goes along with them. They can't help it because it's muddy.
Yes, John, let you have spring fever. I do have spring fever, Pam. I have a sour stomach tonight, so I'm shuffling for something that won't make it worse. Well, Brenda, some cream of wheat or grits would be all right for you. Mashed potatoes would be okay.
What's she?
She's got a sour stomach. Take you some Tums. I wouldn't eat anything spicy, but oatmeal. Ooh, oatmeal would be good. That's what I like when my stomach's bothering me a little bit. Some good oatmeal. Little cinnamon. So, Brenda, we wish you well.
Yeah.
Look up the year 1816, the year the sun disappeared. Oh, okay, Janice.
I can't hear you.
She says, look up the year 1816, the year the sun disappeared.
18 and 16. That's a long time back.
That's a long time. Hey, Gail. Single digit lows.
Ooh.
Ooh, Lori. That's going to be cold. I don't know. Maybe we're in for it.
We're in for a
Hi,
cold.
once again from West Palm Beach, Florida.
Wow.
Teddy, I bet you got good temperatures. Morning. Who cooked tonight? You or Mama? Well, Pam, I'll just be honest with you. Technically, Mama cooked because she made that goulash.
No.
Now, what I did tonight, I put half a jar of salsa in it, stirred it up, and put a little cheese on top. And it made it good. Grilled cheese. Debbie, that sounds good.
I love grilled cheese and tomato soup together.
I like your coffee thermos. Linda, this was my aunt's. And I don't even know what brand it is.
I don't know what brand. The bottom's got off from it.
It don't have a brand on it. No. But it keeps the hot coffee. And I remember going to her house and we always drank coffee out of that thermos. Aaron Michael is watching. Good evening, Linda. From Milwaukee. We got more snow Friday and Saturday than next week. Very cold. We're supposed to have rain all weekend. I hope it comes rain.
It's supposed to be a Saturday, 100% rain.
I guess so, Mama. Where you going?
I'm going to check on this.
Mama's going to check on the cheese.
It's melting.
Is it not brown and bubbly, Mama?
No, it ain't bubbling yet.
You may have to put a little broil to it.
It's melting though. It'll take a little longer. I'm going to add a minute or two.
Okay. Y'all's coffee is the best ever. 10. I'm glad you said that because I think sometimes people don't believe me when I say it. But I can tell you, this is all I drink is y'all's coffee. We love it here. Mama likes it. They have two varieties, breakfast blend and...
I drink tea more than I do coffee. I don't like the coffee as much.
But you like the coffee.
I drink their coffee. But
And how is it house blend?
house blend and breakfast blend.
And breakfast blend, and they're both good. I think the house blend is a little stronger, just a tinge. But I can drink them interchangeably now. It don't matter. I don't even discern a difference. It is the best though, isn't it? Their tea's good too.
Oh, the tea's wonderful.
Hello from Cook Cookville, Tennessee. Hey,
Hello.
Donnie, how are you? Me too. Nothing appeals to me. Get better soon. Yeah, me and Mom was talking about that the other night. It seems like it's harder for us to find something in our minds that we want. We don't cull it much once we get on the table, but like when we're dishing out what we're going to do, should we do this? Well, let's have this. We'll go back and forth and up and down, and then we'll end up having something totally different.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
Some of the old classics, like a roast, is always good.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do a roast every night. But like for those, we don't have any trouble with Sunday lunch. We can usually come up with that one. It's these nighttime meals. Like I really don't want to cook that much, but I really don't want to eat just a cold sandwich or cereal. Sometimes I do, but not.
Yeah.
So like having goulash and then having beef and Mac Casserole, that works out pretty good. Same thing with the chicken pot pie the other night. We might turn that into something else. We still got some of it left. I told Mama, though, the only thing, I didn't have any complaints about that chicken pot pie. It was absolutely delicious. The only thing I would do differently next time is I'd double the bottom. I'd put either a larger can of veg
We would
off.
have a whole lot more left if we'd have doubled everything.
I know, but it was so good. And I'd probably put a can of cream of chicken and a can of cream of celery. Or 2 cream of chickens would have been fine. But I said I wanted about that much. See, ours was about that much. Kind of put the chicken and put a can of veg on and put a can of soup. It come up about like that. About an inch. I want about like that. So
You want a whole lot.
And I want it a little bit runnier, but I want my biscuits done. I don't know how we're going to accomplish that. Mama said, you may not be able to get all that and get your biscuits done.
No.
We might have to fix them separate.
Oh, no.
Big old pan of biscuits and a big old thing of chicken vegetable soup. Oh, hi from Davenport, Iowa.
It tasted wonderful.
Not everyone can afford those prices for their coffee. I don't think their coffee's that high.
All coffee's high, I think.
Now you got shipping, but all coffee's outrageous, like Mom said. And they run deals on it. So, Deanna, go over to their page and like it and follow it, and you'll get some burst, and you'll get their podcast and different things, and they'll be telling you about some deals, and they have frequent ones. Oh, Mama, that sounds delicious. Cindy, what? What did you say, Mama?
No.
Is it brown and bubbly, Mama?
It ain't brown, but it's a bubbling some. You think it's done?
Put it back in there on broil, and let's let it brown. I want a little brown on it. Hello, Chris. We went and had Chinese earlier. Patsy, that's always one of my favorites. Anita, thank you. She says, I love this show even back when you drove around and talked. Oh, you did make chicken and dumplings with tortillas. Don't mention it, Anita. I got in trouble over that one. Well, she's talking about it. I made chicken and dumplings and used tortilla shells because I'd seen it. Mama wouldn't even let me tell nobody to come out of her kitchen. Cutting triangles, and Mama walked by shaking her head. You call that dumplings? It was so funny. Soon after Mama was getting, yeah, I can try. That's the only thing I ever made that she was like just crushed that I made. Like, you've embarrassed the whole family with those dumplings. She said, if you're gonna make a mess like that, don't call it dumplings. Call it chicken and tortillas or something. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't dumplings, in my opinion. It wasn't what we call dumplings. Now, some of y'all may like it that way, and that's fine. Oh, that sounds good, Mama, Pam said. Pam is watching. Love all the time you spend with us. Please don't make videos shorter. Well, Betty, we try to. I appreciate that. Some people say we talk too long, and I would watch it, but your videos are just too long. So we're trying to, hit a happy median. It's hard to keep everybody happy, but we do try. I'm freezing. I was cold last night. I'm freezing. I have been on low carb diet, lost considerable amount of weight, and now I freeze. I feel like ready for some. It does, Kay. And you know what? I remember those days when I first went on low carb diet. And Kay, I'm going to give you a little insight and a little secret. We went on a low carb diet one time when it was really popular, and it was back in the Atkins era. And we lost a lot of weight. We did real good on it. Me and a friend of mine was on it.
Now?
It looks good, Mama. She lost a lot of weight. I lost weight. We were going to restaurants and eating half dishes and doing all kinds of, low carb stuff. We both lost quite a bit of weight. So when we come off from it, you come back on quickly, because when you're on a carb diet, for every carb that your body stores, it stores 2 grams of water. So when you start using your carbs, you lose 3 grams. You lose 1 gram of carb and 2 grams of water. And anyway, I thought, I gotta get back on that diet. I couldn't hardly lose nothing. Well, I read about it later, and it says our bodies recognize our eating habits, and it recognized you about starved me to death the last time. And so then it starts storing more and preparing for that time when we were starved to death the last time. And it makes it harder to lose weight if you try the carb thing a second time. I've never been able to cut out carbs again and really do that good on it. It was that one time only. So
Don't touch that.
Yes, ma'am. Let's bless it. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this food. You provided it for us, dear Lord. We just thank you that we're able to sit here. Dear Lord, what a blessing it is. A blessing we'll never take for granted, dear Lord, to sit and eat and enjoy each other's company, dear Lord. Watch over us, lead, guide, and direct us. Be with each and every prayer request that's here, those spoken and unspoken, dear Lord. Be with our nation and be with this world we're living in, and put a hedge of protection around us and our families, dear Lord. In your blessed name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And Mama, it looks absolutely delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we'll be able, either one of us able to eat all this.
No.
But it made a pretty little presentation.
It sure did.
And I'm not interested in having leftovers again.
No.
So whatever we don't eat tonight, I'll just take right out there to them little sweet babies, even though they've done eat tonight.
I started to say they've done had supper.
Well, they've had all... Yes, just supper, Mama. That's all they got.
Oh, yeah. You treated them. You gave them treats and everything. Ooh.
They had their supper. They had...
You can't eat that.
Rawhides. They had some bread that we had left. They love bread. Does your dogs love bread? Let me tell you how much our dogs love bread. And don't start telling me not to feed them bread. I've fed dogs bread my whole life. My uncle used to feed them bread for all kinds of problems. Anyway, they will leave the food, whatever it is, and go for the slice of bread. Now, I feed them fresh bread. Well, like when we buy a loaf, whatever's left, they get. It's not like old or crusty or hard. It's good bread. And they love it, don't they, Mama? Mm-hmm. They love wheat, and they love just plain old sandwich bread.
It's hot. Hot.
Is it different?
Mm-hmm. You can taste the salsa. Very good.
It's very good. Now, here's another thing I want to tell you. I'm telling you like a friend. You don't have to tell all your business. People are going to taste this and say, that is good. You don't have to say, oh, it's just some leftover goulash and a jar of salsa, unless you want them to know. Because it really does taste like a new casserole. Because you've got that little bit of pepper, you got that little bit of onion, that little salsa, the little spices, and it don't taste like goulash. baked goulash. That's not what it is. Like people will talk about baked spaghetti. And then so why would I want to bake spaghetti just the next day? Well, if you add a little bit of flavors to it, it's good. I don't know what that says. Something come up on my phone. So this is totally different. This does not taste like we throw goulash in a carafe and put a little cheese on it. It tastes like a whole different casserole, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does.
Now your family probably remembers having that goulash and said, "This looks a lot like a goulash." Invite new friends over when you have this. Invite you a new group, but ain't that pretty? Mm-hmm. That little bit of paprika, that smoked paprika on there, you can use this on a big casserole too. Just putting that on there, it gives it that little bit of orange interest there, and it just flavors it up good. Even if you don't brown your cheese real brown, that paprika, kind of like a deviled egg, it gives it another layer of that looks good. Mm. Now, regular paprika, not so much, but smoked paprika, you can add a little flavor there too.
Well, it's hot. It baked hot. You can't eat it.
I don't know, Mom. We're going to have to have that Easy Bake checked.
It just gets stuff hot.
We put stuff in there, and it comes out.
And that cheese is holding it in there.
Everything we stick in there comes out hot and burns our tongues. Now, I'm not a big green pepper fan, but I have found if I put salsa in meatloaf, the peppers don't do the same. They're already kind of marinated down. They're a little bit in the salsa, and they don't just take over the dish. But if I put a raw green pepper in here tonight, I fully believe all I would taste would just be green pepper. But I get a little hint of green pepper. This is why I like to eat green pepper. I want it to accentuate the meal. I want it to be a little tinge in there. But I don't want to feel like I'm eating just a plain old green pepper.
I got a hunk of green pepper right then.
But you don't taste it in every bite you eat.
No.
The raw green pepper seems to me just to take over. Now I can handle sweet pepper, but the raw green is a little much. This is good, Mama. Mm-hmm. These dishes ain't terribly thick, so that may not be too much to eat. The closer you get to the center, the hotter it gets.
Oh, I thought this corner was awful hot. I didn't want to go to the center.
Well, it's awful good, especially on this cold night.
Oh, yeah.
I love pasta and tomato sauce. And that little bit of mozzarella cheese just took it to another level.
Yeah, it sure has. It's good.
I froze you all up. Get up here to where the comments are running. I like your little casserole dishes. These came off Amazon. I'm almost sure. I've got some white ones and some other color ones that came from yard sales or stores or wherever I found. But these two came off Amazon. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you the reason I bought these two particular ones. Mama loves red, but we made little breakfast casseroles in them, and they're the perfect little thing for a little individual breakfast casserole. Or anything like this. This would be good to do the chicken pot pie and put 2 biscuits on there. Mm-hmm. I like stuff like this that you can bake it in it, then eat out of it, and wash one thing. That's saving on work and dishes both.
Worked out good, didn't it?
Worked out real good. Mama, you got anything you want to add tonight?
No. Taste is good.
It's good. And it don't taste like the goulash.
No, it don't taste nothing like it did.
If you'll start thinking about the recipes you make, so many of them have a base, and you add one or two ingredients, you call it something different. Like we added a half a jar of salsa and a little cheese, and we call this beef and Mac Casserole. Day before yesterday, it was goulash, and it was good both ways. But a lot of chicken things we do is the same. We've got a chicken casserole. One of them we put a little curry in, and one of them we don't. It's two different dishes, but depending on how we make it. We've got the chicken pot pie like Mama made the other night, and we call that the biscuit chicken pot pie. Then I make one where we use crescent rolls and make a pie and put the crescent rolls on top, and it's good. It's easy.
Then we do one, it's, we use stovetop stuffing on top instead of biscuits.
That's a good one, too. Mama, everything's so good.
Yeah.
Everything's so good. Well, folks, we're going to eat, and I'm going to wash up 2 dishes, 2 forks, 2 glasses, and call it a night. What?
Can't get no better than that.
No, this is even kind of better than a one-pot wonder because you ain't got no plates to clean.
Yeah.
You can just
eat and go.
We might be able to eat this one more time. I'm sitting here
I'm
thinking.
Eat it for lunch tomorrow.
I'm sitting here thinking, pups might not get this tonight.
It's good.
It'll hold one more time.
Yeah. I might eat some for lunch tomorrow if I got it.
We might just put saran wrap over plastic wrap. And I don't even have to wash these. I just wash 2 forks and 2 water cups. Yeah, Mama, I think we ought to save it.
Sounds like a plan, don't it?
Those pups can eat it tomorrow.
Why throw this out when it's this good?
It's awful good. I heard a guy say one time, and I've laughed ever since I heard it, and I tell it to Mama all the time. He said, "We're not going to throw out perfectly good food. No way, no how." He said, "We always put it in the refrigerator and keep it for 4 or 5 days until it rots, and then we throw it out." We're guilty of that sometimes. We don't mean to, but that's what really happens.
You get to cooking and get too much on hand, you can't eat it all.
I know, but most of the time we give it away. Somebody will come over and we'll say, "Would you like to have?" They'll say, "Oh, I saw you didn't make that." I say, "Well, you want something to take home with you?" I say, "Yeah." We usually get rid of anything we make, don't we, Mom?
Yeah.
All right, folks. I guess we're going to call it a night unless you got something else, Mama.
No.
You might want to sing and dance.
No, I better save that for a special occasion.
Mama's saving up for that one. Say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama. God bless you, so have a wonderful, wonderful. I got the hiccups.
Mama's got the hiccups from some noodles. Y'all have a blessed night. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll cook again. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Tomorrow night's Friday night party night.
Ooh.
I may break out my special dish for y'all.
Oh, no.
Maybe I'll try it before I show you. Y'all have a blessed night. Find you something good to eat. Make you some memories. Bye.
Bye-bye.